Well, hi there, everybody. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Happy 2021. I'm here with a layout video. Not as big as last year, but a layout video nonetheless. And I have guests here today because I just think that guests make these things more interesting. We have Lemmy, Master of Lemons, James, Train King James, and we have William Politeski, aka William Politeski. So you can see I'm showing off the layout right now. Again, it's another table layout. This one uses a lot of destinations and things I've gotten during the past 2 years or so. You'll see some new things you probably haven't seen before because I have not, made any videos about it. In fact, a few things I haven't even made any tweets about because, quite frankly, it's too much to keep up with half the time. But, I mean, that's part of being a collector, right? So, I'm not sure where to start, but I'll figure something out. Where do you guys think we should start?
Maybe start with, probably start at the corner and work your way through, I would say.
I say a station.
Okay, start at a station we will, and it is also in the corner. So using both ideas, here we are at, God, this layout is very tight, as you can tell, and I don't really know how to get good shots of half of these things. But starting here at Tidmouth Station, we've got Duck pulling my custom red branch line coaches, which were new for this year, that you've seen in my Something Fishy remake and my James Goes Too Far remake. And they look really nice with Duck, I just gotta say. So, how about we...
They look really natural, especially with him.
Thank you. So, how about we go past the cargo crane, which takes us up to the Tidmouth covered bridge, and next to it is the grist mill. Here is...
Okay, you should, before we do anything else, straighten that one picket fence up the grist mill. That really bothers me.
Oh, my mistake. I'm so sorry. Anyways...
Everything that was ever named Tidmouth that Wooden Railway made was not Tidmouth.
Is that called the Tidmouth grist mill?
No, he's talking about the covered bridge, the Tidmouth covered bridge. Oh, I just realized Tidmouth Station's over there, Tidmouth covered bridge over here. How clever am I? So
that's when you play it off. That's when you play. You meant to do that, right?
Yeah. I meant to do that. So right here we have new 2006 style Oliver, because I have that, and I don't know if I've showed it off before, but I might as well take advantage of it. He's pulling the salt car from the Dustin book packs, or accessory pack, Scruffy, Blue Rickety, which you can barely see, going through the Soda Search and Rescue Center building. Here's Fred and New Style Toad. Coming over here, we've got the double wide Old Iron Bridge, and Arthur is pulling the Duke and Duchess's furniture car, and two of my baggage cars. Well, those are my only two. I don't know why I said that. You may be wondering why Arthur's pulling the Duke and Duchess's furniture. Well, let's just say Spencer got into a bit of a nasty accident, so Arthur's doing it today.
Poor guy.
And right here is the clock tower. Next to the clock tower is Daisy. And then we come up the hill to Rocky and Edward, who Edward is looking pretty tired after pulling Rocky because he's a big crane.
He's probably exhausted because he hates Rocky so much.
Yeah. He's just so tired of him. So sick and tired of him.
Cursing him out for the past hour is tired.
So then it comes down to Henry's Tunnel and then directly back up. Something I like about Henry's Tunnel in this layout is I didn't make any of the lines convene with each other, which on the last table layout I did. I had these two lines right here come into a V-switch and these two come into a V-switch. So I'm pleased that I didn't have to do that this time.
Yeah, that's really cool. They all go different places. Like, that's what I really like about this layout in particular is, like, it's all very densely packed, and yet somehow you do any of the simple like, you know, you found an intricate way to tie everything together. You didn't do anything cheap here.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to do that when it's so packed together like this.
Yeah, we don't take any shortcuts around here. So it comes immediately back up, like I was saying. Here's the NW brake fan at the back of a very long train, which is being pulled by Hero. And Hero's gotten into a bit of a sticky spill because down below him is the dairy farm, and there's a lot of milk being unloaded and loaded. And some of it splashed up onto him, and he's not too happy about it.
Those are some really careless dairy workers.
Oh yeah.
If they're splashing milk up that high, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, so come down to the double wide iron bridge again. It's kind of like a loop, but you don't loop back on the same track. Here's Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle. This is a brand new Thomas, which I'll show what it came from soon. Here is a hand car. This is new also because it's the 2010 one, and I got it in a lot this year. Yeah, that's his name. I didn't, I wasn't planning on buying it, but I just happened to get it this year, so that's a new item. Come down here. Here's Henrietta. We're doing sort of like a Toby the tram engine with Toby here because Toby is pulling the flour barrel car and the flour car, and then at the back of the train is Henrietta. And he's going through his namesake windmill. And next to the windmill is Dusty Miller, which came from the set that I'm referring to, which is the Man in the Hills set, which you will see more pieces of as we go along. Past here is a crossing, and you can see right here is the coal station, I forget the name. There's Logan, he's shunting some cars. I'm sorry, I committed a crime.
I didn't even know what it was called until I first came to the community. Like, I never knew the name for all this stuff.
Yeah, but you're the master of the lemons. He's the TWR Empire. I imagine an emperor would know what his subjects are.
So, here we are on the middle track of Henry's Tunnel. Like I said, we kind of went around the big loop. Here's Stanley, and he's pulling the gold rickety and the gold prospector cars, and I honestly didn't even process that there were two ricketies on this layout, so, you know.
Why did Wooden Railway make so many ricketies? It's cool, why?
4. How many they made 6? No, they made a lot more than
They made
4. What are you talking about?
No, they only made 4. Gold mine, blue, orange, and chocolate. I forgot to mention that I am using the new 2017 Stanley on this because, again, I have not used it much, so I just decided to. And as you have been seeing, the layout comes back to the station again with Duck, but now we're going the opposite direction. So past Duck, this one is very hard to get a good angle of, but there is the milk barrel loader from the Man in the Hill set. You go past there, we come to a switch. We're going to go down where one of the Iron Twins is. I don't know who that is. I cannot make it out from right here. If you guys can tell, good for you, but I can't. Here's the power station at another awkward angle, and Bert or Ari, whoever it is pulling coal trucks. A gray truck, Hero Sticky Spill truck, and 2 Ryatron 12 trucks. Thank you, Ryan, for those. Here is the Happy Birthday Mr. Percival tent. Silverline caboose. It comes under these lines here to a shed where we have Dustin, because it is no longer snowy on the island of Sodor, so Dustin now has no work to do.
He's probably very sad in the shed.
Oh, yes, of course. And this idea I got from James himself from one of his table layouts before. Here's the crossing piece from the Reg set, and it's right by Henry's Tunnel. Here's Ashima. You go under the Timoth Covered Bridge in Oliver, and here's the watermill again. There's Flynn, and he's at the Solar Search and Rescue Searchlight. Then past the Searchlight is the crossing at the coal station, and down here in a little siding where some coal is in this bin, we've got Diesel 10, and this is a Diesel 10 I just got today, the 2013 Mattel version, which I just felt like I wanted him a lot the past few weeks, so I got him. There's no other rhyme or reason to it, really. Then we have James, and he's shunting Heavy Hector at the coal station, and it goes around a loop. Hector, again, is another new item I got this year. Very happy to have him. I forgot to mention, next to the coal station is the station master's house. I blanked for a minute. I didn't know what it was for a second. Here is Belle, which is a more recent item as well, but she was on last year's layout too. Got her from Matt Twillman, Here the Japanese Train last year. Here is the water tanker fire truck, and over here is the ladder truck. Belle is filling up on water in her tanks, ready to fight another fire. And going through the rescue center, you know there's a switch this way, but we're not going to go to it yet. We're going to go back up Henry's Tunnel again on the final line, and here's Neville pulling a very aesthetically pleasing train of milk tankers. There's the...
Hey, you were so excited about that milk tanker train when you put it together.
Yeah,
it does look really good.
It just looks really good. Here's the wharf tunnel, and going under a stacking riser, we come to something I'm really proud that I was able to fit into this layout is the Sawmill, which from the start, this is the first destination I put on here. I really wanted to try and get it on, and it was a struggle to try and make it all work, but I'm pleased with how I did it. Here's Sir Handel.
I didn't even realize you fit the sawmill in here. That's a challenge.
Yeah, it really was. Here's Sir Handel, because last minute I had to throw another engine on here. Everyone else on here is standard gauge, but not Sir Handel. But he was new from the Man in the Hills set, so he deserves to be on here. Here is the jumping Joby Wood car, which this crane is picking up the log from it. And you go through the sawmill to the Soder Bay Bridge. You can see Harvey down there. We'll get to him soon. Here is Bill. Yep, Bill pulling 1, 2, 3, 4 China clay cars. And that is a big update from last year, because last year you saw I had one. I got that one from Mike 123. But for a Christmas gift last year, I got from Train King James a red and a green, a set. And then in that lot, which I got Hector from, I also got another red one. So I have 3 red ones and 1 green. And it looks nice. Here's Ben. The new style Bill and Ben, by the way. And here you can't see him because he's on the other side, but it's the tunnel with the Man in the Hills. And there's one more destination from that set still that you have not seen. Coming through here is the cargo crane. Salty is loading fish up into his cargo car, and he has another one in front of that. And you go here under the Tidmouth covered bridge again. We keep looping back to this area. Here's the watermill again. Over that very short crossing piece where Oshima was, through Henry's Tunnel, and here we come to the farm area of the layout with one of my new destinations that I got this fall. And the milk barrel didn't even load in the cargo car. I got the dairy farm, which I honestly wasn't expecting to get this year. I definitely wasn't planning on it. I honestly hadn't thought about getting it in years, but the opportunity came up, and I'm pleased to have it now. We've got Norman taking all the milk. That's a reference to Diesel Do Right, because Norman comes to the farm in that episode, so he's coming to the farm again. There's the bakery from the Man in the Hills set. If I could open the door, there you go. That's the final building from it. There's the dairy manager from that set as well. We've got the cows. Let's go right here on this switch. We've got the chocolate factory and Percy covered in chocolate, the chocolate boxcar, which I got from Ted Oliver Duck last year, and there's the chocolate cargo being loaded. And right here is another crossing. There are a total of 3 crossings on this layout, which was very pleasing to say the least. There's a stop sign and the water refilling tank. You go past the crossing, there's a long freight train. We'll see who's pulling that soon. There is Whiff going through the single stone tunnel. And coming to the back over here, you can see express coaches are coming out the other side. There's the Duke and Duchess's house in the corner. Around this curve, underneath the double wide old iron bridge, is Elsbridge Station. Mr. Percival is there waiting to get on the Diesel Express. which is being pulled by Den, Sydney, and Dart because Gordon is out of commission as well. Gordon and Spencer, they both had run-ins.
Why would you do this? What happened to them?
Gordon and Spencer on the last layout were running towards each other at high speeds. If you remember that layout, the last one I did on my table, they were both heading towards each other. They had a head-on collision, and now they are both in the Steamworks for repairs.
It's an overarching universe.
Yeah.
It's an overarching storyline.
The layout series.
Yeah.
What cinematic universe? So the RLCU.
Yes.
But I mean, hey, I can adapt.
So, under here at the rescue center on that switch, you come to the back of this very long train with the ice delivery cars, which convenes back with the track that Den, Sydney, and Dart were on. You go past that crossing that Percy was at before. Past this viaduct Heroes on, there's a troublesome brake van and some troublesome trucks. Here's that T-switch that Norman was at. You go back here to the Crosby Coal Tunnel, but there are 2 points, and you can see Murdoch is at the head of that train. But these points, both lines curve under here past the back of the dairy farm, and you can see Ferdinand right there coupled up to a log car at the bottom of the sawmill, and you can barely see him. Yeah, you can barely see him, but Wilbert is at the other log car. He's being hidden by this stacking riser, and I have no way of getting a good angle of him unless I try to push him out. There we go. So there he is. There's a little building, just cause. There's that orange crane from earlier. Here's Murdoch going behind the sawmill. There's Mavis with the fuel car and some trees. Coming back here is Harvey, like I said we would get to, and we're back at that milk barrel loader, and I believe I have covered everything. So that is the layout. Any final thoughts, guys?
I'm underwhelmed.
Come on.
It's small. I like my layouts huge. I like huge layouts. You understand what I'm saying? My layouts need to be huge. They are the best layouts.
Yes, of course.
I'm jealous of all the destinations you own.
Thank you. Well, that's all we got time for because my camera's about to run out of minutes again. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a good weekend. It's not my anniversary yet, but it'll be coming soon, and I'll have a video out for that. So be on the lookout for that, and thank you for watching.